breakfast, everyone. So here in America, it's morning and Philippines evening. So sa Philippines, natutulog na sila. Kami dito, kakain pa lang ng breakfast. So syempre, mayroon tayong coffee guys sa ating breakfast. And yung ating breakfast veggies, spinach, egg sandwich. Which is, oops. Lagyan lang natin ng cheese para medyo masarap. Masarap naman siya. Depende naman sa inyo kung anong breakfast ang inyong likes. But for me, I like spinach against the lights. Yan, habang kumakain, may kakwentuhan, tapos na si Mr. Good mag-breakfast. Kasi yung kanya sandwich. Oy, 1 million peeps. Good morning. Hi, Nori. How are you? Good morning. Oo, nakaano na ako sa iyo, sis. Matagal na ako nakasubs. Yung ginagamit ko yung yung Sakay Hobby na channel. Nakasub na rin yun. Good morning. Saan ka nga? Ma'am Nori, nasaan ka nga? Saan kang lugar? Oh, sa Riyadh. So, gabi na dyan. Or hapon. Kumusta naman ang trabaho mo dyan, Ma'am Nori? At least kahit nasa Saudi ka, o alam mo ba, Ma'am Nori, galing din ako ng Hong Kong. Matagal din akong maid doon, no? Proud kaya tayo na, na OFW tayo. Kasi malaki ang ambag natin sa ekonomiya ng Pilipinas. Yung mga remittance natin every month. Tapos may nagagawa tayo na tulong sa ating bansa. Basta mabait lang yung amo natin. Matagal din akong maid. Ano ka ba? At proud tayo dyan na katulong tayo sa ibang bansa. Kasi gumagawa tayo ng tama, binubuhay natin yung pamilya natin, hindi tayo umaasa sa iba. Pinapakain natin sila sa pinagpawisan natin, sa sarili nating pagod, puyat, hirap, ano pa ba, lahat na. Lungkot. May kapatid din ako sa Saudi. So, yun nga yun siya. Saan siya banda? Yung unang abroad ko, galing din ako Middle East. Galing ako ng Dubai 2 years. Bago ako nag-Hong Kong. Pero 2 years lang ako sa Dubai kasi mahirap ang mahirap ang Dubai, walang rest day. Tapos mababa ang sahod, ang daming trabaho. Kaya lumipat ako ng Hong Kong after 2 years. Tinapos ko lang yung kontrata ko. Sa Hong Kong naman kasi, maliit lang sana yung bahay. Kaso naman, uso naman yung terminate at saka masisilan yung mga amo. Masisilan sila sa linis. sa luto. Maarte, sa madaling salita, maarte. Pag ayaw nila yung katulong nila, bye-bye. Hindi sila nag-iisip ng gastos. Pero tayo, pag galing tayo ng Pilipinas, malaki yung gastos natin, syempre. Kawawa tayo pag hindi tayo magustuhan ng amo natin. Sa Hong Kong yon. Sa Middle East naman, ayaw naman ang suko sa dami ng trabaho. Walang pahinga. Maliit ang sahod. Pero syempre, kailangan natin tapusin yung kontrata kasi walang break. Tsaka hindi ka talaga makaka-uwi ng Pilipinas. Importante kahit sa lugar lang tayo, masaya tayo. Productive. Ayos naman ng kahit papano. Ganun talaga ang puyat at pagod. Kailangan talaga magtiis para sa ating mga mahal sa buhay sa Pilipinas. Grabe ang trabaho sa Middle East, no? Maranasan mo dyan magbuhat ng mga sako-sakong gulay. Gulay at saka mga prutas. Tapos yung mga flour nila. As in, kargador ka talaga dyan. Yung mga carpet nila, ang lalaki kami ang nag-aano niyan. Naghuhugas ba, naglalaba. Binabrush. Tapos yung mga tiles nila, binabrush. Grabe kayo ang trabaho sa Middle East. Kaya, tinapos ko lang talaga yung 2 years ko pa at saka umalis na ako. Hindi ko talaga kaya yung trabaho, grabe ang bigat. Tapos, ang daming bata ang papakainin. Pag weekend pa, pupunta pa sa bahay ni mga biyanan. Separate pa yung mga nila, magpapakain ka ba sa kanila? Mga plato nila, ang lalaki. Tapos, hindi na plato yun, planggana na yun. Tapos, yung isa lang yung pagkain. Tapos, ang dadami, mabibigat. Grabe yung trabaho sa Middle East. Uy, ang init na nga, ang init pa ng bit mo. Mata mo lang yung nakikita. Tapos pag sahod naman, hindi mo nga mahawakan ang sahod mo, diretso na sa Pilipinas. Maaga ka pang gigising. Gagawa ng nila. May anak na ako si 15 years old na sa next year, January. February pala. Nung andun ako sa Hong Kong, pumupunta siya dun sa akin, nagbabakasyon siya. Nasa Laguna kami. Pero pupunta din yan siya dito sa akin. Pag nakatrabaho na ako dito, kukunin ko yun siya. Okay. Manila province. Kasi Laguna kami. Ano na yan? Province na yan ng Manila. Okay, Ma'am Nori. Thank you. Saglit lang ako mag-live. Ano lang. Date. Habang nagko-coffee. Bago pa lang naman ako dito sa sa US. Magto 2 months pa lang ako ngayong buwan. Nag-aaral pa lang ako ng aking mga papers, nagpa-process para makahanap tayo ng work. Wala ka palang Wala ka palang jacket? Okay. Ayan, Noria, may jacket ka na. Nakalimutan ko magbigay ng moderator. Yan, simot ang aking agahan. Against the light pala pag dyan nakalagay. Dalawang egg. Tsaka konting spinach at tsaka cheese. Tapos coffee na. Ayan. Simple breakfast lang. Tsaka madali lang lutuin. What's the plan for today, my love?
I don't have a plan right now. My plan is to make a plan.
Yan si Mr. Groot. Ang plan nyo daw is to make a plan. Natin Nora may hobby, Mr. Groot. Yung channel niya ang ginagamit ko mag play ng Premiere. Is it Bruce not say anything, my love, about the stock here on the farm? Importante, Ma'am Nori, masaya tayo. Nag-i-enjoy tayo sa ating life. What episode you already, my love? What episode already of Arrow you watching?
17.
So until
Season 2.
Season 2? Any season 3?
Date season.
Oh, may tayo mamaya. May puputin. Si Mr. Cruz ang gamit niya, ano. You're welcome. Hindi pa kasi ako nagtatrabaho sa labas, kaya lagi akong may time sa bahay. Pero okay na yung mga papers ko. Magsimula na ako mag-apply. Sayang naman kasi ang buwan. She's very good at martial arts, Mala, right?
Yeah.
So before they shoot this movie, maybe they already trained martial arts. Nanood siya ng isang movie. His two daughters, one is lawyer and one is
Vigilante.
Yeah. What's that? Yan. Pag na.
Yeah, I'm fine, sweetheart. Listen, I know you don't exactly believe in reading perks and Miranda's.
Naku sis, matanda na ako. Hindi na ako pwede, magkaanak. Matanda na, huli na ako pag nagkaanak kami kasi yung mister ko, na siya. 55, tapos ako, malapit na rin ako mag-40.
Just a matter of time before she rolls back in town.
Who's she?
Ellen Bernelli, daughter of mafia boss Freddie Bernelli.
Or as I like to call her, Oliver's psycho ex-girlfriend hell-bent on revenge against her father.
Ex-girlfriend. That's what you took from that sentence.
Who's his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Sarah or Lara?
Really?
That's out of my father's perspective. I came to ask on Helena over the past year, and last time sighting was a month ago. Palermo.
She's Sarah, right? She's the girlfriend of Oliver.
Yeah.
Why Lucy saying with her girlfriend? Lara?
They weren't talking about either one of those two. They were talking about a chick named Bertinelli.
Sabi ko nga kay Mr. Groot
And
kung
it's always totally different.
magkaanak sana kami cute. Kasi sabi niya matanda na rin siya. Maano na rin yung anak ko. Mahirap ako mga anak. Yung nanganak ko sa anak ko, grabe sis. Oo, kasi tulog pa ako sis. Diyos mio. 6. Yung premiere ko, 6:40 dito sa amin. Ang gising namin 8 or 9. Tulad nga, yung gising namin kanina 10. Kasi nga wala pa akong trabaho. Tapos yung trabaho naman ni Mr. Groot. Dito lang yan sa dito lang sa farm. Kaya pag gising ko, lahat ng mga premiere tapos na. Nagawa ko na lang, mag-replay na lang ako. Kasi nauna ng 14 hours ang Philippines time. Malab, half an hour practice. Mag-practice tayo kasi kailangan mag-practice ng driving everyday kasi mag-apply ako ng ano nga, driver's license. Malamig, wala pala akong ano dito. Wala akong jacket. So, everyday, kahit ano, half an hour lang na practice, okay na. Lagay tayo ng upuan kasi mababa tayo eh. Dito lang naman ako nagpa-practice sa ano. Dito lang naman sa ano, sa farm. Dito lang ako nagpa-practice pag ako lang mag-isa. Pero pag kasama si Mr. Grodd, nagpupunta kami ng highway, naglalabas kami ng highway. Wala kayong day off dyan sis, ano? Saudi? Ay, ano ba yun? Wala day off. My messenger, Facebook, my name, Rina Bacod, BRINABACUD. Oo, dandahan lang naman ako. Dito lang naman sa bahay. Inaano ko lang siya na ano ba, masanay ako maghawak ng ano, ng manibela. At saka yung brake. Mababa kasi ako. Si Mr. Grodd maano.
We don't have a 1C. Okay, Chili's great. Won't be a 1C to 26, 27 probably. Elite players need to play with elite players. Laine and Goudreau have no center. I mean, Boone, God love him, was rated 89th last year as a center. They played with Danforth last night. I'm sorry, but you want production out of those guys. You got to give them somebody to help set the table for them.
Okay, well, 1Cs just aren't available to have. Or you have to live life without them. That's just, and
Tsaka madali.
Columbus are not, they're not
Madali lang naman ang
a
automatic.
prime spot for free agents. That's why we were all shocked that Goudreau went there. And look, I'm living in a city that's hurt right now that Otani wouldn't go to them. And some American commentator said that
Titignan mo
second-rate
lang
city.
lagi yung
Whatever. What do you care what other people think? What's more to the point is, you don't have a one. So what do you do? Do you, the rest of the team is constructed?
Look, we got the number 2 prospect pool in the NHL. I do like the rest of the team, but if you're not strong up the middle, you're going to win.
No, not in hockey. You won't. You're right.
Right. Look, Voronkov I think he's a solid number 2. I love the Russian line. If you look at the numbers for those guys, 5-on-5, they're 18th in the league at 4.63 goals per game when they play together for over 60 minutes, and only give up less goals than that.
Okay.
They're a solid line. They're going to be a solid line into the future. And my big complaint about this has always been burning their free agency, bringing them up to the league when they're not ready to be here. This Russian line's 21, 22, 23, they're ready to be here. They're ready to perform, and you see it.
Dito lang ako sa amin, sa aming
like Ken Johnson,
area.
who's, yes, clearly got skill, but he doesn't have the body for it.
Right.
If we were loaded with veterans and we could protect the kid, that's great, but otherwise, let him cook longer.
And sometimes jobs depend on not allowing them to don't have that luxury. I hear you. My reaction is to absolutely agree with you. As for Adam Fantilli, the guy just turned 19. He could very much be your 1C. It may not take 7 years. It may take 2.5, 3 years. He may have gone first overall most years. That was a surprise. People were surprised he didn't go second overall. The Carlsons turned out pretty well. Those top 3 are going to be outstanding players for the league for years that were taken in the draft when we were there in Nashville way back in June. But Fantilli, you say you got to draft and develop? Well, this is your guy. I think Adam Fantilli is going to be, well, he's not a star yet. Got 16 points in 30 games, having an outstanding rookie year. But he's going to be a star. He's going to be a superstar. He may be your guy. That may be part of your answer. But you're right. You're not strong down the middle center. You're not winning the Stanley Cup. I can't think of off the top of my head teams that have. You got to have, again, the recipe. You got to have some outstanding defensemen. There are exceptions. You got to have the outstanding centers, and you got to have a goalie that is reliable. We've proven you don't have to have a superstar. Let's do one more quickly, Peter. Where are we going?
Let's go to Pat, Winnipeg.
Pat, thanks for calling. Which team are we talking about?
Well, Winnipeg Jets for sure.
Yeah, let's do it. First place.
Thanks very much. Yeah, it's crazy, eh? But you know what? We've seen this movie before last year, and
Right.
you know, one of the biggest differences though, last year maybe Hellebuck won us a lot of games, and you know, some of the coin of phrase from Sean Reynolds, snake charmer offense. But this year, boy, the team, you can see Rick Bonus's influence on this club big time. We had a 3-game losing streak, which maybe last year could have rattled us, but we popped right back on the horse, and 2 guys that everybody thought were going to be out of town in Hellebuck and Scheifele. Mark Scheifele is playing his best hockey as a Winnipeg Jet right now.
Yeah.
He's been outstanding, and Josh Morrissey the last 2 games. I don't know if you guys saw the game last night, but there was a quote that Mark Scheifele and Rick Bonus both said that was one of the best games they've ever seen Josh Morrissey play.
Yes,
So,
I saw that quote. Yes, I only saw the highlights. Yes. A playoff team. They got to be a playoff team. I just don't know where they're going to finish. Thank you for the call. I mean, that's the city I love to see. I Cup Winnipeg. Peter, you got some news for us? You were talking off the air about the neon knee. What you got there? Did you see anything?
It was just from Mike McIntyre, who writes for the Winnipeg Free
Okay.
Press, and he's just talking to the league, and their belief is that Strome will not be suspended for his neon knee hit.
Good.
On Kyle Connor last night. The belief is
how I
that
see it.
the league sees it where Strome didn't extend his knee out of the path.
Watch the play in real time.
Right.
Yes.
But still, the right call was made in terms of 5 minutes and punting him out of the
Still
game.
responsible for
But
this.
at this
That's
point,
right.
it does not seem that Strome will get supplemental discipline for that hit on Kyle Connor. We'll word on Kyle
completely agree on
Connor's
that, if
injury
that's the case.
status, at some point in the next 24 hours.
I'm not happy about him being injured. Of course, now he's one of the players I love to watch, but I believe that's
Oh,
the
my
right
dear.
call. Despite what some Jet fans think. But Jet fans know their hockey, so... Well, some do. We
Dito
come
sa
back,
area
let's keep it
namin,
going.
guys, madaming
All the
doon.
Pacific, it's underrated.
Yung wild deer. Ayan. Madaming mga wild deer dito sa namin.
Soaring violins, electrifying
Nagtago
guitars,
na.
and all The magic of the holidays. 'Tis the season to rock out with Trans-Siberian Orchestra Radio, a brand new seasonal channel hosted and curated by the band members themselves.
That's the song that put us on the map 28 years ago. Every time I hear it, it's brand new to me. I hope it is to you as well.
Now, for a limited time, exclusively on the SiriusXM app. Search TSO.
Urgent Camp Lejeune settlement message. On September 6th, the government announced it will soon begin providing fast, guaranteed settlements to Camp Lejeune Marines, families, and civilians. Awards will range between $100,000 and $550,000, with an option for higher amounts. If you or a loved one spent time at Camp Lejeune and suffered cancers of the bladder, liver, or kidneys, leukemia, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Parkinson's, or kidney issues, you may qualify for compensation and could be paid within 60 days after accepting your settlement, with your VA benefits fully protected. You may be entitled to a significant financial award for your Camp Lejeune claim, but you must act now. Call the James Harris Law Camp Lejeune helpline now to get the compensation you deserve. We're already fighting for thousands harmed by the water at Camp Lejeune. Call now or you may forever lose your right to be awarded a settlement between $100,000 and $550,000. For your free evaluation, call 800-259-4545. That's 800-259-4545. 800-259-4545.
The world's greatest coverage.
Cross to the puck. Cross holds. Plays. Cuts to the middle. Shot. He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
And this is the SiriusXM Sports Update.
A little bit of clarity on Justin Herbert. ESPN reports that the Chargers quarterback is not expected to play on Thursday against the Raiders due to his fractured right index finger, and that Herbert will be consulting with noted hand specialist Dr. Stephen Shin to determine the extent of the injury and how much time he will miss. Two openings of Monday Night Football, Packers at the Giants, while the Dolphins host the Titans. Both contests 8:15 Eastern, the latter Sirius XM NFL Radio 88. Tennessee's Will Levis ready for the spotlight.
The film that we had, on Monday Night Football in Miami, especially expecting them to be a solid team, which they definitely are, and we're excited to go out there and compete with them. But Monday Night Football doesn't get much better than that. I've been watching it since a kid, and being able to go out there on that stage for the first time is going to be really special.
NFL media reporting that the league is reviewing Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes' critical comments about officiating in the wake of the Chiefs' loss to the Bills. Of course, the win for Buffalo crucial as they gave their once flagging playoff hopes new life. The message for the Bills going into that one, James Cook shared it with NFL Radio.
Just go 1-0, man. Ignore noise and just go out there and get it done. And that's what we did this week.
The NBA back in action after most of the league took the last 2 days off. League leading Minnesota on the road at Memphis at 8 Eastern. Sirius XM NBA Radio's doubleheader starts at 7:30. Nuggets at Hawks, while by the Kings hosting the Nets. Multiple outlets reporting the Yankees are sending shortstop Trey Sweeney to the Dodgers for Victor Gonzalez and Yorby Vivas. The move would clear 2 spots on LA's 40-man roster, making room for righty Joe Kelly and Shohei Ohtani. I'm Jeremy Huber.
If it's happening in sports, it's happening on Sirius XM.
The biggest goals, spectacular saves, hockey comes alive. Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. The best hockey coverage, period. This is Under Review with Mick Kern and Peter Burse. Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. Sirius XM 91.
I'm glad you're with us. Great calls. Love hearing from a Columbus fan. We know you're there. Love hearing from a Flames fan. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. In this hour, a couple minutes, going to talk to a feisty JD, Jonathan Davis. Always good view from the Pacific coming up. A lot to talk about. The resurrected Oilers. The Jonathan Quick guy that we both kind of gave up on, Jonathan and I last year, for good reason. Oh, there is a second act. There is a second act. We'll hear from our insider from NHL Morning Skate. Always great information. And on Mondays, it's Jeff Merrick from Rogers Sportsnet. Set up for only 4 games in the league, but some intriguing games tonight in the National Hockey League. People will keep his eye on the news desk to see if anything's happening, any suspensions, all that kind of stuff.
Diba, dito na ako nagda-driving sa aming place.
3 weeks till New Year's Day. I think it's time for a little view from the Pacific.
View from the Pacific with our man on the West Coast, Jonathan Davis.
Yes, he is. On JD, Jonathan Davis with us every Monday. A lot to talk about. Let's go in the order you sent them to me. He sends me some notes usually at 2 in the morning. I was trying to sleep. I didn't sleep till 5:30 this morning Eastern, so I am particularly feisty. Don't mess with me today. Doesn't mean that you won't win. I'm just going to take out a few teeth, Jonathan. So if you're ready, I think you need those teeth taken out anyhow. Let's talk good stuff. Edmonton, 7 in a row. I got him on the Lipa Cup. That's why I'm back in the standings. Oh, I forgot the Lipa Cup standings, Peter. We'll get to that in a second. By the way, you're still leading, Peter. So yeah, life is good. He looked like Rocky there. But look, 3 years ago, the Oilers were 31st in the league. As you say, they now sit 3 points out of a playoff spot. They've reached the 500 mark. The stat that you sent me that I love the most is Connor's on a 9-game point streak. Oh yeah, big deal. Yeah, okay. 6 goals, 17 assists. That alone would have him 58th in scoring, but he's back in the top 10. But it's not just that him and Draisaitl are putting up points. I've seen the goal differential is better. The team defense is better. The goalies are making saves. Calvin Pickard gets the win, his first in almost 2 years. The save percentage is remarkably better. And they just found who they were, and that was an anomaly. Not that they didn't earn to be that bad. They earned that bad record. But are they suddenly playing like we expected them to play? Is this sustainable? They're not going to win every game, JD, but are these the Oilers we expected from October?
Well, I think it's closer to what we expected back in October. And I think, in addition, Mick, I think that there are 2 other factors. There are 2 guys that we both believe that were not healthy for a period of time. One was Connor McDavid, and the other was Matthias Ekholm.
Yes.
And they both seem to be healthy.
Yes.
So you've got arguably your best blue liner and your best forward both back to health, as close to 100% as possible.
So yan guys, ang ginagawa dito sa farm.
And that has led to a lot
Ayan,
of different things.
tina-turn down na yung
Yes,
ano
they are
dito.
getting saves from Stuart Skinner, and they are getting
Tina-turn down na
yung
poultry. So wala na dito poultry. Yan ang ginagawa dito. Yan. Hindi na nga alis yan. May mga nag-work yan dyan ng mga workers. So, bali ang sahod niyan sa kanila by barn. Yan.
But yeah, no, it is much closer, and it's fun to watch. It's definitely fun to watch. And then, look,
dito yan sa farm.
Ang
view sa farm natin.
A lot of the other guys.
Dito lang ako paikot-ikot.
This is where a guy like Evan Bouchard, big things were expected when they moved out Tyson Barrie, and he had a nice run last year.
Pag nasanay ka na siguro.
Tyson Barrie, and here's Bouchard.
Sinasanay ko lang kasi magawak ng manibela ka.
But this guy is all offense, right? I've seen him do horrendous things defensively. He earns his keep by helping put the puck in the net, right? And moving the transition game. That's his game, isn't it?
Well, it is, but I'm not going to punish him for it. I mean,
No. But he's got to be doing that to be effective, is what I'm saying.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Ba, pagliliko pa,
right? The other guys,
or left.
Ekholm, Nurse,
right,
do their thing to allow Bouchard to do his thing.
Yeah. And he is.
and he is right now. Absolutely. And so, look, it's a much different. I don't think that this is, if Jay Woodcroft had a healthy Connor Bedard and a healthy Matthias Ekholm, maybe the situation would be different.
You would have to, I think to some degree it would be. And then maybe the change, we'll see how this settles in over the long run. Do you believe they're a playoff team? Will they be a playoff team when the dust settles in mid-April? And I'm not asking if they're going to be top 3. It's going to be tough. I mean, Vegas is going. We're going to get to LA in a second. Vancouver's the real deal. So maybe Edmonton's a wild card. But do you have them as a playoff team right now?
I do believe
Mas
they're
lagi kang
playing because I
ano,
think that they're
lagi
still
kang
better
tumingin
than the
sa
two
lane.
teams that they're chasing right now in Arizona and Nashville. So yes,
I agree.
You know, so yeah, to answer your question, yes, I do believe they're a playoff team.
And the other Connor comes to town tomorrow, right?
That's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. Connor Bedard and Connor McDavid sharing the ice Tuesday night in Edmonton. That definitely looking forward to that. That was like, you know, I spent Sunday night, in addition to making my notes for you, I take a look at, you know, what games are going to get me excited. We're going to have to tell the wife, you know, you're on your own that night.
That's right.
I'm watching this.
Yeah.
And Tuesday, yeah, I told her, you know, she said, you know, do you want to join me for this event? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm staying home to watch Connor versus Connor.
Careful. Or you'll be sleeping on someone's couch. Yeah, you're careful of those things. Jonathan Davis with us right
Ano
now.
yung kalsada natin?
last
Rough
year,
road.
We have to be honest. Jonathan Quick was not very good. He just wasn't. So he goes to Vegas and he's good in the room and that's all nice. And we're like, well, you know, he might be a good veteran backup somewhere, but you got to have a real big 1A. Well, that kind of fits the New York Rangers. And when he gets in there, he's looking like old Jonathan Quick. And I think what works best for him with the Rangers is he doesn't have to carry the major load. But man, it's nice to have him how he's playing as your backup. LA, New York would be a great Stanley Cup final. Way ahead of myself. But the Kings didn't lose for a while. They set a record, 11 road wins to start the season. Now they've lost back-to-back on the road. That's going to happen. First of all, let's deal with Quick and the Rangers just because Quick played for LA last year.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, you know, I said to you before the season started, I believe that, you know, the expectation was that Jonathan Quick was going to have to play about 20 games this year, probably 25. And I didn't really think that was going to be a good thing for New York Rangers as they're trying to push to win the division, let's say. But 8-0-1 to start the year for Jonathan Quick, and he talked about it last night after the game. I was watching the post game on MSG last night, and you know he was pretty honest. He was very honest about the fact that he had this game circled, and why wouldn't he have it circled? And you know, and the guys rallied for him. And he played really well last night. He really did. He earned it. He earned those 2 points for the New York Rangers, who, you know, were coming off their first back-to-back losses the entire year going into that game last night, and had been shut out, you know, the night before in Washington. They, you know, for them, you know, no one wants to go through any type of prolonged streak, so losing streak, and so he looked really good last night. Made big saves when the game was close, and it was close for, you know, 2.5 periods last night.
Yeah, and I'm waiting for some King fans to say, why do we ever get rid of him? It's, you know, more contradictory Penguin fans. Why do we get rid of him? Because he was trending downward big time at the time. That's why it was done. And it's easy to have a revisionist history when a guy ends up somewhere else and is playing well. We'll see if it's sustainable. But so far, so good for Jonathan Quick. It's a great story. The Kings. Okay, so they finally lose a couple on the roads. No big disaster. But, let's see. Injury for Gavrikov, lower body injury. Did not, you say, play the second and the third. They 4 games in 6 nights, 5 and 8. It's going to wear on you. But to take 5 of 8 points, for the Kings, I'll take that every day, Jonathan.
100%, and that's. I mean, you know, don't get caught up if you're a fan, and it's hard not to for some. You know, in oh God, we lost last night, or you know, it's not worth it. Now, you know, if you want to take the glass as half empty, you know, they found a way to win that Columbus game. They should never. You shouldn't be down 3-0 to Columbus at any point. But you know, they were, and full marks for coming back in that one. And, you know, blowing a 2-0 third period lead to the Islanders, very uncharacteristic for LA. But 5 games in 8 days, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot of hockey. So, you know, they come home. They're going to have, you know, they got Monday, Tuesday off before they get Winnipeg on Wednesday. They get a chance to reset. We'll see where Winnipeg is, you know, with Kyle Connor's situation. They beat Winnipeg once, but that's going to be, you know, the Wednesday game, though, Mick, will be very exciting here in Los Angeles. It's the return of Alex Iafallo, Gabe Vilardi, and Rasmus Kupari to a lesser degree. But, you know, Vilardi had some interesting words for former teammate Blake Lizotte, who injured Vilardi, you know, the first and only time that they met, and, you know, kind of talked about the fact that he was a dirty player. It's going to be interesting to see, one, you know, the reception that both those guys get, but we'll be interested to see if there's anything that goes on with Vilardi and Lizotte on the ice.
And I want to, on that that note, I want to congratulate the Toronto Maple Leafs on Saturday. I was at the game against Nashville. They did not do a video for Ryan O'Reilly. You don't have to do a video for every player who had a cup of coffee with your team. Now, in this case, the guys who played longer, I get the video thing. But it was getting ridiculous with tribute videos for a while there, JP.
No Luke Shen tribute video?
No, they did it before. He's like, not again. Like, hey, you came back and you left. No, I'm happy about that. Since we talked about the Jets, you want to rant and rave, go ahead.
No, you know what? I've kind of dialed it down a little bit since we were talking off air. I didn't, I was happy that it doesn't look like there's going to be any suspension for Ryan Strome for the hit. Wasn't crazy about the 5-minute major call either, Mick. But what I will say in thinking about it, let's take a look at what transpired this weekend. And there was a lot of nastiness that went on this weekend.
There was, yes.
And I almost wonder, by the time we got to this game at 5 o'clock Pacific time, 8 o'clock Eastern time, if the word was coming down to officials that we've got to just kind of take matters into our own hands.
That happens, sure.
And let's try to dial down the temperature a little bit. So if we've got an incident like we had with Strome and Connor, let's deal with it. And
that may be true. I'll give you that. Yeah.
And let's diffuse it. I didn't think it was worthy of a major, but I'm not going to debate it.
No. And I'll tell you what. I thought you were going a different way. I actually kind of agree with you. But in the moment with the referees and what they see, and I know they go to the situation room in Toronto and go over it. I get why that was called. I totally agree with you, though, that I don't do supplementary discipline, and I'm reading Jet fans lose there. The league's a joke, a clown league. Yeah, because you think with your pajamas on. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but if you watch that in real time, it's going to happen sometimes. And I don't want it to happen, but it does. This is a contact game played at high speed, and I think some of the people who say this have never played hockey at any level. But never at this high speed or talent. And still things happen. Heck, I go shopping and I'm running into people. I could probably get knee-on-knee penalties just shopping the other day at the Eaton Center. So we're in more agreement than I thought we were. JD, when we come back, I want to talk about Vegas. They survive against a Sharks team that just tell me this before we go to break. I love watching the San Jose Sharks now. Does that make me weird?
No, it doesn't. They are a lot of fun right now.
They don't give up.
They don't. No, they don't. They're like the boomerang, it just keeps coming back.
But they worked for a while until they had that meeting. If you're a Sharks fan, that's what you gotta hang your hat on. That we will fight you tooth and nail. And I was cheering for them to win that game, just because of the situation they're in. But let's start with Vegas when we come back. View from the Pacific, JD, Mick, and Peter, and you on Under Review.
Remembering unforgettable beats. The iconic rap verses. The artists who shape the culture. Flex your musical muscles with a new channel. Feature hip-hop from the 2000s and the 2010s. Sit down. On Flex 2K now. Sirius XM channel 49 and the Sirius XM app, included in all trials and popular plans.
The points with Boomer Gordon. LA is set up for goalies to succeed. It's the way LA defends down the middle, the way they take high-grade scoring chances away from you. They create an environment for goalies to succeed. They spent their money on Dubois. They limited their money on goaltending with the belief that if they play the way they're playing, a mid-level goaltender can have a ton of success there.
Points with Boomer Gordon, 1 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Beat up the portrayal.
I didn't see it coming. Life can be so unpredictable. After losing my dad, it made me think about my family if something were to happen to me. The mortgage, car payments, and all the other bills. Even things like our annual summer vacation would be out of reach. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. I knew it was time to stop putting it off and get life insurance right now. I got on my computer and went to ethoslife.com. In just 10 minutes, I was covered. And boom, family protected. Thanks to Ethos, my family won't have to worry about the bills if the unpredictable happens to me.
Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few questions and get your free quote at startethos.com. That's StartEthos.com.
The biggest games in the world have stars. Sirius
XM NHL Network Radio.
The dog.
Yeah, one more time. We're doing this with Jonathan Davis, as we do every Monday, View from the Pacific on Sirius XM and NHL Network Radio Channel 91. The show's called Down to Review. He's Peter I. Mix. He's JD in Los Angeles. Let's go across the desert there and talk about Vegas. 741 winning percentage. Only the Rangers and the Bruins are better right now. Vegas have won 5 of 6. They survived. They survived last night. San Jose making the comeback. They win in the shootout. They're now 16-1-2 versus San Jose, and that's a good rivalry. They beat Dallas recently, played Colorado. Yet, I'm going to say this ridiculously so, and I follow the league as closely as anyone, as you do, JD and Peter, because it's what we do for a living. It's almost like they're doing it quietly. Do you know what I mean by that? Because there's a lot of hype for other teams. In Vegas, they won a cup. They just keep ticking along. Maybe they're not blowing up what they did recently. Maybe they're just doing exactly what they need to do. Just keeping everything calm. And they're outstanding at home, 10-2-2. Away, they're 9-3-3. If they're in neutral site games, they're probably 10-1-5. I don't see anything wrong with VJK right now. Or
No.
VGK, sorry.
Yeah, you know, look, last night's game, they kind of like were sleepwalking through it, and they found themselves,
yes,
you know, up 2-1.
Did they think when it was 4-2, they thought they had the game, right? I thought they had the game.
Yeah. And the Sharks are like, this is exactly where we want to be.
That's right.
God, you watch the Sharks the last couple of games, you know, the Island, you know, even the Ranger game when they lost 6-5, they were down 6-3 in that one. But you know, the Islander game, you know, they've got four goals with the goalie pulled in their last 3 games now.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Now, you don't always, if you're doing Dark Sharks at the same time, obviously, you don't always want to be in that situation. But maybe that's just how they're going to play. They're not one of the powers of the league right now.
They're not. And so, but let's go back from the Vegas perspective. For me, I look more at the 6-1 game against Dallas. I mean, that was just an annihilation. They were by far the better team, and they've now won 3 in a row against the Stars this year. And
pretty good.
As I point out to you, I mean, they beat the Jets twice. They blanked Colorado 7-0. When the games, quote unquote, matter, the game's the statement game.
They're winning.
They're making a big statement.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and they do what they can against these other teams. They're really good. I mean, that's it. They're just really good. And last night they did it with their 3rd string goalie, Yuri Patera, who came up with, you know, after Aiden Hill went down, and Patera had some, you know, he's the first goalie that was drafted and developed by the Vegas Golden Knights.
Nice.
And so, you know,
and had a good heavy metal career for a while too. Absolutely, yeah. Scotty's favorite.
Madam Sean, make a love shout out.
So to go back to what your point off the top about they're quietly doing it. Yeah, they are, because
Practice lang tayo, guys.
you know, they
Dandahan.
show up when they need to.
Para pag nag-apply tayo ng...
What was getting out with the caller
Pag
last hour.
nag-apply na tayo ng driver's license, hindi na tayo,
It's
hindi na tayo
tighter than the
kinakabahan.
You can't sleepwalk through the regular season, to use that term again. But they're doing what they need to do, which is why they're going to be one of the top 2 teams, if not the top team in the Pacific.
Habang wala pa tayong job, mag-practice muna tayo.
Again, we're way ahead of ourselves. So they're impressive. Are there certain guys? I mean, their stars are playing. Their support staff are playing. I mean, they're all playing, but they're playing at a pretty good level. This just seems to be a complete team effort when I watch them.
It is, but you know, the more I watch Jack Eichel, he just seems to want to take control.
He's an outstanding player.
Really wants to take control of the game.
Yeah, I love him. I do. What a move to go there. It all turned out well, didn't it?
When you watch Golden Knights games, Jack just looks like he wants to say, guys, I'm going to carry on.
Ayan ang aking phone.
Yes.
Nalalaglag.
It's one of my favorites.
Don't worry, guys, ha? Ay, maingat.
They're right there in top 3. I mean, this is the real deal now. It's got to be. You said 17 regulation wins, plus 34 goal differential, was number 1 in the NHL in both categories.
They stopped the Wild's 4-game streak under the new coach. They're just doing everything they need to do. This is another complete effort. They've got star players, good goaltending, good coaching, the whole system. Again, I didn't see this coming back in September. I thought they would compete for a wild card because there were points last year we talked about that I asked you. Are Vancouver better than their record? I think you said at the time, yes, they should be. It'll be interesting to see what they do next year.
Ayan, dyan ako dumadaan, guys. Yan, tingnan.
Yeah, and this has been a really nice homestand for them. And Nick, we talked about it last week. We'll get a good sense of where the Canucks are at, and where they're at is they're piling up wins, and so they slow down, and he really hadn't put them away yet. And it was 3-2 Vancouver going, after 40, and I'm like, ugh, I'm watching that game. I'm like, this isn't good for Vancouver. And then Carolina scores that quick goal to tie the game, but Vancouver. This was like, I know Vancouver just comes back and they find a way.
Yeah, I watched that game. They just did. They did. Yeah.
And Petey was great that night again. And they just seem to be a different team under Rick Tocchet. And, whether it's Casey the Smith or it's Thatcher Demko, they're, good goalies will make a coach look really good. But
it also shows what you said. Coaching does matter. There may be nuances between one guy and another, and his staff is not a one guy. I understand that, but coaching does make a difference.
Well, it's accountability. I mean, you think about it. You bench JT Miller early in the year. To a lesser extent, you had a guy like Dakota Joshua who, was basically on the fifth line in training camp, and this is a guy that Tocchet had an affinity for, liked the way he played, but he just needed to send messages to people right off the bat, and Quinn Hughes continues, to show why they made him captain. I mean, everything's going right for them. But they're playing really well, and they really seem to identify with their coach, and they respect their coach. They like and respect, because if you can bench a guy like JT Miller, and then he comes back that night, and I think he scored the game winner in the game that he got benched. It tells you, they respect the guy that's behind him.
It's all how you do it. It's all how you bench a guy. You don't embarrass him. It's gonna be noticed by all us hockey fans and media. That's how you do it. JT Miller, he's second in scoring right now. This is a guy with. I'm looking back at his record in good old hockey DB with the Rangers and then Tampa. He was a good player, but then with Vancouver, as he gets to the 29, 30, which is what I think he's 30 right now. Yes, he is. He'll be 31 in March. He's just gone to another level with his game. Did you ever see this with him? He kissed 100 points with 99 a couple of years ago. He's on a pace to shatter that. This is not the JT Miller earlier in his career. Where's this come from?
I think that right now he's playing on a line with Brock Besser, and
it doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt. No, it doesn't hurt either one of those guys.
Yeah, that's right.
You've got a line with Besser, Höglander, and Miller. Those are three skilled players. So, yeah, you've got an opportunity to put up those type of numbers.
Well, I'm on that line. I'm not putting up. Most guys on that line are putting up that point. He's not the lucky recipient. He's carrying his weight. He's just in the last 3 years he's found another gear. That's all. And I'm impressed by how he's played.
Well, and it's a team, Mick, that also plays plays that up-tempo game. Look, offense has never been an issue for Vancouver. This is a team that's always been able to score. So it's it would appear, and people who cover this team a lot closer than I do would give you a little more insight. But this just seems to allow players to flourish who are offensively skilled.
It is under review, Sirius XM NHL Network Radio Channel 91 on the computer with our good friend Jonathan Davis, view from the Pacific. A few more before we let you go. Had a caller last hour from Toronto, but he's a Calgary Flames fan, and I'm with him on this. And again, I hear about the Flames all the time from my nieces and nephews who live in Calgary, so I get a lot of Calgary. What do you think of Calgary? I don't see a playoff team when I look at them. Technically, right now they're not, but they're right there. But I don't see anything that's suggesting to me that they're about to go on a run. I love Dustin Wolf. He's going to be an outstanding goaltender. Maybe not this year. We'll see how he survives getting thrown in there. But I think over another great young American goaltender. But if I'm looking at the bigger picture, I wouldn't put any money on the Flames
No, and I think the best thing that can happen to the Calgary Flames is they just fall, and get themselves a higher draft pick.
Right.
Because, no, you look at this roster and you watch, the eye test will just tell you it's not a good team. And you take a look at what they've got coming up, and it's back-to-back, Colorado tonight, Vegas Tuesday, and then Minnesota, Tampa, Florida.
Whoa.
You get a break with Anaheim, and then it's LA. That's what you've got for your next little stretch. So, look, you get a game like the Carolina game where, they're down 2-0 to Carolina going to the third period, and then they win it on a shorthanded goal, score 3 in the third. Broken watch works twice a day.
Okay, but that's also because Carolina's not playing very well right now, too, right?
Right,
yeah.
Right. I'm just saying, you'll find a way to get a Tanev, Hanifin, Lindholm. So I'm waiting for the fire sale, the garage sale to start. We've already seen one guy move out.
I believe the Oilers are more what we see than Calgary. One more before we go. We'll get to Anaheim another time. They've lost 11 to 12, but Seattle's lost 8 straight after the 2-0 loss to Minnesota. Outscored 24-13, blank twice as you got here. The goalie's injured. It's just not going well, the team that made the playoffs last year for Seattle, is it?
It's not. And, even in a game like they played New Jersey a couple of nights ago, and they deserved to win. I mean, they totally outplayed them, outshot them. But they couldn't find a way to beat the goalie enough to win the game. And, shooting percentages were really high across the board in Seattle last year. They're coming down this year. It's not been the same team. One thing that, I was talking to one person out in Seattle, and they were just saying one of the other struggles they're having is just getting the puck out of their zone to be able to get it to their forwards. The transition game, I hate getting into X's and O's, but they just saying that's just something. It's something that they've noticed that it's different this year than last season. That they just move the puck a lot better. They're not doing it this year, and that's also contributed to the fact that guys just aren't scoring because the blue liners are getting hemmed in a lot more than they used to.
Ouch. Yeah, not good. JD, we'll talk to you. It's 3 weeks till 2024. Crazy, huh? We'll talk to you in 7 days' time.
I'll be here.
I hope so. I'm counting on it. JD, View from the Pacific, always good stuff. When we come back, more hockey talk. What else are we going to do? It's under review.
To truly go inside the game of pro football, you need to see things from the player's perspective. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, catch the player's points. Join NFL tight end Colin Thompson and Miami Dolphins fullback Alec Ingold as they break down the biggest stories in the NFL.
It's an encouraging way to look at football.
The Players' Points. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Only on Sirius XM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the Sirius XM app.
24/7 hockey talk.
My boy Brady Tkachuk fired up, said what he wanted to say. I love when a captain comes out like that and sticks up for his team. Listen, the fans of Ottawa, they paid their hard-earned money to get in there. I guess if they want to boo, they can boo. I love Brady sticking up for his guys. But Brady Tkachuk, good for you. Say how you feel. Plays hard on and off the ice. Cooley, I love that kid.
Sirius XM, NHL Network Radio. Sirius is only on your schedule with the Sirius XM app.
Hey there, business ballers and entrepreneurs. Ready to make your financial dreams come true? Well, get ready to score big with SwishFundingRadio.com, the slam dunk solution for your funding needs. Just like that satisfying swish when the ball goes in without touching the rim.
Nag-live tapos premiere na
a
off.
seamless
Yun na,
funding
signal na.
experience. Whether it's expanding your business, upgrading your equipment, or tackling
Ayan, Ma'am Nori, tapos na tayo mag-practice. So, part na natin.
and have been in business for at least
Siguro nakakalahating
Team
oras
of
na ako.
financial coaches guide you every step of the way. No more banking, red tape, no more endless waits. Just quick, decisive action to get you back in the game. Don't let those funding opportunities slip away like a loose ball. Head over to SwishFundingRadio.com and slam dunk your financial goals today. Remember, it's not just a shot in the dark, it's a surefire swish. SwishFundingRadio.com, where your success story is our winning game.
That will feed him again. Hockey lives here. He looks left side. Sirius XM, NHL Network Radio.
It is under review, Sirius XM NHL Network Radio Channel 91, Peterborough Spectrum, at the top of the hour. Coming up now, our Insider Encore, great hockey talk from a variety of people in the industry, well connected, including Jeff Parker from our Sportsnet, every Monday with Gord Selleck and Scott Lachlan.
We were talking earlier, too, about the NHL's Department of Player Safety. Like, if you're organized to maybe get out there and do some skating, enjoying all that has to offer, you might want to cancel that. Gord said cancel a luncheon, perhaps, that's coming up, because they're going to have their hands full here in the coming hours.
You know, it's funny too, last
Andito
year,
na ako
you
sa
guys
bahay.
recall, it was
Dito lang naman ako nagpaikot-ikot sa ano namin.
right? And every time I bring it up
Paligid.
with anybody in the Department of Player Safety, it always say like, don't say anything,
Madumi
don't jinx it.
Said
It's been
Mira.
like, last
Thank
season
you
was,
for
by
watching.
regular
Ingat
standards,
ka
was a
palagi dyan,
pretty calm
sis.
season,
Bye.
for George Peros and the Department of Player Safety.